Well, like we said earlier, I was born nearly 12 pounds, almost 2 feet tall already. Mom couldn't find clothes for me even then. She told me yesterday they didn't make shoes my size until I was like 2 or 3, so I spent the first few years in sandals. And it never slowed down.
Well, he's an emotional eater. When he would get upset when he was a child, when he would get upset, he would go in the kitchen and eat. Where some kids, might have gone to drugs or alcohol or something, Eric went to bologna.
When I was little, I was the bigger one in all the sports, biggest in my class for years. It's I don't know, it's pretty rough.
And we waited in line to get on this roller coaster for quite a while. And we all got on, and Eric got in, and they started with trying to put that thing, and it wouldn't go around him. And there in front of everybody, they made him get off the ride, and his whole face just fell. And I just about cried, because it just broke my heart. So that's just another instance of the challenges that he's faced being a large person.
He was a good guy, real good friend and everything, but he just always would kind of seem down every now and again. And
as far as it goes, being outside, no. Unless it was going to Crystal or something, it wasn't much going out. It was fast food and back.
He would get up in the middle of the night. I'd get up in the morning, and the refrigerator door would be open, and it would be empty. And I'd go to vacuum, and I'd find half bologna sandwiches under the couch cushions, and I think he was burying them for later. I'm not sure, but yeah, he just started ballooning out, and I tried to help him. I'd get raisins. I'd put raisins where he could reach them and I wouldn't buy goodies. But he loved bologna and cheese, and he loved just food. He just loved food.
So I would go every single meal, and I would get a bacon double cheeseburger, buffalo taters, and sometimes crab cakes, and that's been $15 a meal. So you're looking at $30 just for breakfast and lunch, and then dinner, usually another $15, or God forbid I go to Pizza Hut and spend $30.
But it broke my heart because he was getting bigger and bigger, and it was getting harder on him, and it was getting harder on me to watch him get bigger and bigger. Mother's heart, you know how it is to see kids suffer? And I've cried and I've worried, because the bigger he got, the more I worried about him. And we tried rabbit food, and we tried Atkins, or they were allowed to take low carb or whatever. And it worked pretty well for a while, but he would get discouraged.
I would sit all day long. At one point, I know I sat and played a video game for over 48 hours straight. I'd go through 2 or 3 2-liters of Mountain Dew a day. I could only sleep for an hour or two, and then I'd get up and play video games again for 48, 50 hours straight. When I started liking Hulk, when I learned to use the TV, more or less, I've been watching him since, I can't say since I was little, but since I was young. And he started talking about the Vasalis after his back surgeries. He was looking for something to get him back in shape, and the one that got me real interested was the one where he ate the dirt. I couldn't find anything to mix the shake with today, so I ate it straight, and now I'm burping up dust. And I was like, if you can eat it straight, it can't be bad. And I was sitting at the computer researching gastric bypass and the Roux-en-Y and the lap bands, and it was kind of one of those, well, you got to make sure you've tried everything before you. And I was like, well, I haven't. I just found out about this. It'd be a lie if I had. So I without even really researching it, I just kind of ordered it on the spot.
When I first started, I didn't think he would stick with it because he'd had so many issues with all the other, just all the different things he had tried. I'd sit there and watched him. Tried, I guess it would be similar to the Atkins and everything else, and then just how miserable he was. And I didn't think this one would be any different. And as he started doing it, the weight started dropping, and his energy went through the roof. He wanted to get out and do things, like we said, just total different person.
But he kept on it, and he kept losing, and one day, I can't remember what I was over there for, but I'm like, dude, you've gotten skinny.
You can just, I look at his before and after pictures, and it's just amazing how much different he looks now.
When I started seeing results, it was like, well, I can amplify this. I was just sitting around and kind of pacing around the house because I was feeling the energy even then. So it went from, they say you don't have to exercise, but you should, because everyone should. So I was like, well, good, I won't. I got this. I cannot exercise all day. So within the first, couple of weeks, after about the same time, I was kind of just, I'm gonna go wander around the yard.
Now, he drives me crazy, and I like to go, get up, do things. I'm all about having fun, and he wears me out, and that's saying a lot.
And he wants to get out and go places and do things, and he asked me to go with him, and it's great. Because before he wouldn't go anywhere, and he wouldn't do anything. And Kara, his wife, she just worships the ground that he walks on. And
Kara is in Afghanistan. We've been married almost 9 years in October, and she's been very supportive. She hates that she can't be here for all of it. She's starting to recently because of me. She's enjoying it. I'm hoping she can come back pretty quick. I'm glad she's stuck around as long as she has. I mean, I couldn't imagine if the tides were turned and I was married to someone, 600 pounds who hated life, never left the house, and got mad every time I spoke. That would have been pretty miserable, and that's been pretty much what 8 years were like. So, you gotta love her for not giving me too much trouble for it. The challenge adds, and especially if you take it seriously, its own little urgency to it. Like if well, I just need to lose 40 pounds, that's great. But if your challenge is I gotta lose 40 pounds in 90 days, I can't dilly-dally. If I don't want to, well, now it's coming down to the last few days. And not to mention it adds the urgency and it gives you that go, but it was just fun. I want to see if I can do this in 90 days.
he sincerely believes in the ViSalus message, and he conveys that. It just oozes his confidence in this product and the philosophy of the company. The health and the transformation. You can tell it just by talking to him, and that people pick up on that.
How much did you lose total in your 90-day challenge?
On my 90-day challenge, 124 pounds.
You broke the record.
That's what I hear. That's the rumor.
What's your next 90-day challenge going to be?
125.
125.
ViSalus has given me my kid back.